Hey man, you know where you watch. Dancehall skilla. Alright my people, Dancehall skilla there again. Yeah, big up and respect each and every one. Alright, so Macka Diamond made a post on our Instagram page. Some persons might call it an Instagram account. And in my point of view, it seems as if Macka Diamond throw shade or shades at a female who said that she goes by the name of Sandy Starr. Now the reason why I think that Macka Diamond throw shade or shades at the female who said that she goes by the name of Sandy Starr is because of a video that had been posted on social media by the female who said that she goes by the name of Sandy Starr. Now in that video, the female who said that she goes by the name of Sandy Starr talked about Macka Diamond, and you might be surprised to hear some of the things that she said in that video. Now what I'm going to do, I am going to present to you two pieces of videos that are from that entire video that shows the female who said that she goes by the name of Sandy Starr, and you can also let me know what you think about the things that she said in these pieces of videos. Alright, now after I present these videos to you, I'm going to read from the post that have been posted on social media by Macka Diamond, and then you can tell me what you think about that post as well. Alright, here are the pieces of videos. Take a look, listen and observe.
Yeah, so back in the days, there's two studios. I'm not gonna call it entertainer's name, but everybody can pick out where I'm at, who is the artist. So back in the days, we would go from, which is me, the individual that says she was hit by an artist, and Queen Paula. So in the morning, we would go to Shocking Vibes, where you had Penthouse, and Dave Kelly was working there at a little section for himself.
Okay.
So we go in the morning, we go to Penthouse, and in the evening we go to Jammies. Now Penthouse is where we do recordings. It's not a dubplate studio, so it's a recording studio. So we go there and do recordings.
Okay.
Now back in the days when we hear songs like "Too Foul on Me Yard," that's the era. That's the time. Because even then we did Dave Kelly called in me and the individual, which is, should I just call her name? Lady Mackerel, right? Called me in to do the acapella for "It's a Bit Teeny Weeny Liquor Willie Man." I was like, "We no want a man if the man them not long." Yeah.
What? So
we did harmonies, we did songs, at Penthouse, which is Shocking Vibes label. Then we go to Jammies in the evening, where a little dubplate is done, but we hang out. So one day after we left Shocking Vibes, we went to Jammies. So we were in the studio recording. There was, we were in the studio laughing, should I say. And me and Angel Doulas, the individual, and Queen Paula. Killa came around and said he wanted to use the studio, so we got out of the studio. Me and Queen Paula left, but the individual was still in the studio. So he said to her, he's gonna use the studio, she must leave. She said she's not coming out, so he eventually got her out of the studio, and she was upset, she was cussing, and he was like, "Go back to the studio where you guys were." So she's like, "Oh, he's my boss, that man is my boss, and I don't care what you want to say, Baba." She was upset and she was cussing the artist. Anyway, we left and we went home because that was the evening. The next morning we went to Shocking Vibes, and I went to the boss and I said to the boss, "Boss, if you ever hear or your artist I big you up." Someone said, "Yeah, what happened?" Someone said, "Well, she was in the studio," and I explained everything back to him. He said, "What? All right, Kevin, we're gonna start book her now. We're gonna start me. She travel with it because she have different way." We said, "Yes, she's out of the park." All right, cool. Yeah. She came in about a couple of minutes later, and he was like, "Oh, Sandy told me everything." So she was upset and she was going on badly. So he said to her, "Listen, you need to go outside and calm down because I don't understand why you're so upset." When she went downstairs, we went over by the studios, and she was still upset. Anyway, same time the artist was coming in, the artist for that studio was coming in, the big artist, the big superstar was coming in, and she shoved me, bust the back of my head on the grill, and he was like, "Where do that fan, I said, behave yourself and real shock one bad," and She went downstairs, so he went behind her. So when they were in the yard, you know, and you know, of course, he's like, explain to me why you get so mad, you know. So she turned around, shoved him, and told him to suck his mother. Now at this time, the suck mother argument, he went for the piece of board. When he went for the piece of board, of course, you know, anybody, you know, at the time, I guess he was, you know, he was upset, so he slapped her, one slap, and I said, go to the gate and leave, and she left. Now, what I just explained is nowhere near what she explained happened. You know, she says, you know, that he broke up a 2-before on her, and obvious, you can't beat a 2-before, a tree with a 2-before for years and you never break it, but he slapped her one time, she left, and then she called the boss and she says, I'm going to sue the individual. So he says, well, I'm going to counter sue you if you sue my artist because you bust Sandy Star's head. Now, I could have fought, yes, I could, but it's like, it's not even that, it's that out of the respect and everything and the confusion, I wouldn't even think of fighting. Anyway, the whole thing ended right there. Now she said, you know, they gave her money and she buy whatnot, and which false, you know. So that's the explanation of the whole, you know, international artist beat her and broke her up and this and blah. You know, it's just, and the reason why I'm saying, I come out and saying all of this is because for a while now I wanted to, like, I'm bitter, yeah. So for a while now, because I was with her for years, and because of that incident, we didn't talk anymore. There was no talking between me and her. So, you know, I went home. Of course, I sulked. I was there for a while. I went into a, you know, depression, and I eventually emerged and was going to studio back again. Anyway, a couple of years later, she called me. Oh, what go on, Mr. There? Who this? Oh, Macka. I said, okay, all right. What's up? She said, she had a cash pot and they robbed it. So she is asking me to lend her money. This is after the boss said and the beating or something. So I said, how much you wanted? She said 20,000. I gave it to her. I said, meet me at Spanish Town, right, the plaza beside the police station, and I went to the NCB and I gave her the money. When she got the money, she called me. That's the time that she still named Mackerel. She called me and she said to me, you know, come here, par now. What you doing? So I said, well, me and snag a par at daytime. So, you know, that's that. She said, well, can I come? I said, I'm going to have to ask him. So I asked Snagga, and Snagga said, yeah, man, let you come. We were on the road, everywhere. While Snagga usually, like, that's when Snagga started his roots thing. And Snagga, oh my God, he pure raw food. And we were like, oh my God, we need some chicken or whatever. Anyway, we were parring together, so we went to PG Express. And PG Express, at that time, usually sell artist cars. And there was a trading. I was like, oh my God, can I have the car? And he says, how much you have? And I said, $20,000. And he said, okay, I'm going to take the $20,000 and I'm going to give you the car. That's the time we left Snagga because Snagga was all raw food and we didn't want to be raw food. So me and Macka start par. Me and Lady Macka start par. Okay. Anyway, she did TechCon, and there was a remix of which is the cartel, Tech Body Girl. So she did TechCon, you know, support, you know, I was supportive of everything, you know, she did, and we were friends. I was the driver, of course. We, you know, drove everywhere, and then she eventually, she said she wanted to change her name. So she said, oh, you think about Macka Diamond? So she said, Macka Juke them, Diamond was a part of her friend's name. So I said, sure, anything you want to do, I'm support you.
So clearly,
cool.
Macka Diamond she attacked, you hear what she said?
At Sunfest, Sting came, and she and Queen Paula, you know, went on stage and clashed. And, you know, she came home and said, you know, she's going to kill herself because, you know, blah, blah, blah. So I said, listen, anybody that wins on Sting, you never hear nothing more from them. And then, like a couple seconds after you hear, her song started playing on the radio, which is Lexus and Benz. Okay, cool. Yeah, and from there, our career started, and she was, you know, everywhere she was, I was, you know, as I said, we were friends, and, you know, everywhere we fly, I was there with her. Now, the reason why I'm so upset is because I haven't spoken to Macka over the years because of something she heard I said. Now, I'm gonna pause that situation for a second and come back and try to explain why that upset me. Now, if you hear me say something as your friend, you're supposed to come to me and say, stand in my ear, say, yes, say. She did not. So while we were flying all over the place, come back to Jamaica, that step one other step. Hold on. Now my son is an American, so one day when we were in New York, Lady Han came to our hotel. And she was talking, blah blah blah.
Big up Lady Han.
And I was saying, my son, American, I want him to grow up Jamaican. She said, "Him have him social?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "All right, carry him come. I'll keep him." So I said, "Yeah, sure." She said, "Yeah, man." So that's how Lady Han, she had my son. Now, Lady Han, one day after back and forth, we came back to New York and she asked me for money. So I said, when I go to England, I send you money from England. Come I go to England next week. She said, "Oh, you're a par with Macka. And you do so much show and you get the money." I say, so I never asked Macka for nothing. And furthermore, that's not the point. The point is, when I go to England next week, fine. That's the conversation. That was the whole conversation. She went to Macka and she went behind my back and she said, "Sandy say you're not getting no money." And whatever was the conversation. Wow. Now I was in a vehicle when Ann called her.
And mix up this
so
now.
I heard her saying, "Nobody don't know about money, blah blah blah," and she was upset. But I wasn't even thinking. Anyway, so we were all over the place, flying back and forth, doing shows, blah blah blah. So we were coming from we were coming from LA. So because normally I park my car at the airport. We jump in, I drop her off, I go home, same thing, vice versa. Leave my home, pick her up, drop the car at the airport, and we go away. So she so when I dropped her off, on my way home, I was at the village, I'll never forget it. And Snagga called me and said to me, "Yeah, Macka talk back? I want one dub plate from her." I said, "Me Macka talk back. Me Macka come from LA, what you talk about?" Him say, "Well, of course Snagga got tell me because Snagga, I'm a friend. Snagga look out for me. Snagga was there for me. So Snagga said, because she said, "Yeah, chat her." So I said, "I soon call her back." So I call her. I said to her, say, "Where you hear some?" I say, she said, "That time I start career shock, big them touch, big. I said, "Where you hear some?" I say, "Which part you reach, Macka? Where you hear some?" I say, How far you there, Macka? Where the fuck you hear some?" I say, "Oh, and I'm not because Queen Polly that chat me to." Now, further on before that, and I'm talking about if we are friends and you hear somebody say something, you're supposed to say something to me, right? Because earlier, people would be talking about her with her, hygiene or whatever. And I came to her and I said to her, "Can I say something to you? I'm your friend, and if I can't say to you, she said, "Yeah, man, go ahead." I said, "Well, everybody attacks say your mouth stink, and me not like it." She said, "Well, kind of trust it, because me have gingivitis and I youth, and them cut off the gum, and then cut off too much, and my teeth was, skeleton was showing, and so them have to take out the teeth them." So she said, "All right," and I gave her a bottle of peroxide. Now, what I said that for say this is that if I could come to you as a friend and say to you, say, "Your mouth stink," and we correct the problem. We work on it. You're supposed to come to me and say to me, say, "Your ears to me say." So that's why I stopped talking to her. And she couple weeks after, Ray Alexandra called me. Ray Alexandra is the booking agent for Spice. He's also, for a lot of artists, and he was for her. And he called me and he said to me, I booked some shows for you, and I'm gonna have to cancel them because Macka says she's not performing on no stage with you on it. So
wow.
I said, "No problem. I didn't even know that you booked shows for me." So it's okay. And behold, she called again, couple, I guess, wow, 2 years after, said she wanted me to do a favor for her. Now, I'm just saying, the reason why I'm saying this to say that is that when she's trying to end a fellow musician's career. Now remember, yes, she got hit, but don't come out and say the lies. Tanya came and she said her truth. Everybody come said their truth. Say your truth. You come in and you say you get hit. Yes, you get hit. You get one hit. Yes, and you push first and tell him go suck your mother, and he hit you. So at the end of the day, I'm just saying, talk your truth.
Okay.
Don't talk with no gossip. Everybody, you're saying to everybody that you got hit, and talk your truth. At the end of the day, it's unfair. As I said, she was upstairs and she was acting crazy, and she went outside like, oh, me not leave already. Me no nobody send on to me. And she did the same thing, Rona Jammers. It's just that artist didn't didn't react to her. He just pushed her out of the studio. So it's a matter of, she pushed him, suck your mother, and he slapped her. That's it. It's not funny. It's not funny, and it shouldn't have happened. But with the situation, and you remember saying, Jamaica no want everybody tell nobody to suck their mother. Nobody no want to hear that. And you're big at the time. Everybody look at you. And there, everybody else was saying to her, easy no man, where you going? So wagwan, what's up? Coming back. Them time there, I'm not sure. I don't remember, but I remember that those days, Tony Rebel didn't bust it. So I think he was there. I don't remember, so don't quote me on that. But anybody that was there and nobody would have stand up and watch, body abuse no woman, because at the end of the day, a lot of the men were downstairs, yes, but when she came out and she was cussing, everybody was like, "Wow, go on, what's up? Why you?" So there was no full beating, No, and come on, people. A two before, anybody that get a two before full beating should have broke up. You'd have beat a tree for days with a two before, and now break up. So at the end of the day, that's all I say. And I've never come live before, and yeah, I did come live. I came live at the beach one time, but so it's about that. So there's no beating. There was no beating.
Okay.
There's just a one slap and say, go through the gate. But and when she's talking about people beat her and she get whatnot, because for one, she was gonna sue him. And when the boss called me and say, boy, if anything, you're gonna have to, we're gonna counter sue for you. And I was like, whatever, I was shamed and disappointed and everything, So I started eating chocolates, like 2 pounds a day. I went in a stage of depression. And anything about it? She always cry wolf, and she need to own up what she did. We had a writer, his name was Teflon, and Teflon wrote so much of her songs, and she took him to a lawyer and signed his rights away, saying he's gonna get $300,000. He didn't even know what he was signing, and he signed everything away and didn't even know, and he never got $1 from her.
Wow.
Right? His situation could have changed for the better, but because she stole his career, turned him to another, he went to a different avenue, which he was arrested. He was in America, he got arrested, it went the other way. There was no success in his story, so at the end of the day, she's an unfair person, and our friendship was not ended because of her. I ended our friendship. I was there, when nothing go on. I come from foreign, I buy everybody food, I buy clothes, I do everything. I did everything. Anything that my friends wanted, I did it. And I still would have, and I still would do it anytime for anybody. Anybody wanted my help at the time. And I did let off the money with her. No, let off the money. I wasn't even on the record. My name is not on the record. Nobody knew that Sandy Starr did Let Off the Money with Macka Diamond. Nobody did know I did Hungry Dog with the Mad Cabra. You know, there's so much songs I have out there, but because of whatever reason, you know, I'm not where I am today. Now, when I was with Macka, I wasn't even interested in music. Like, I would just go with her and I would just perform. I love singing, you know, and that was that. You know, when she was doing interviews, she did said, come in at the interview. I was like, I'm going to do your thing. I'm here, you know. And looking back at these years when I had the opportunity, I say, let me tell you something. Vybz Kartel, you know, said to me when we went on a tour, me, Mad Cabra, Vybz Kartel, Assassin. Then time the Assassin and Kartel a war. So when we were coming back to Jamaica, it was me, Kartel, and Roach was in the airport. And he said to me, with all the situation with the breakup and whatever, he's like, Sandy, if you did boss under Macka regime, nobody would rate you. Which, even when she got the fight and everybody was against her, I was always there with her. I was her friend, you know. But you can be your friend to somebody and they're not to you, you know. And of course, whatever I did, you know, like whatever I spent or whatever, I've done it for everybody that I know. So thinking that I lost, nope, I did not. So there was no beating, and there's no, you know, so that's it. Macka, talk the truth.
You see it, my people? Macka Diamond posted a video on social media, and in that video she said some things that gave me the understanding that she said that a musician hit her with a piece of board repeatedly. In the video that I just presented to you, this female said some things that gave me the understanding that she talked about the same incident that Macka Diamond talked about, but in some different ways. In my point of view, quite a lot different ways. Yes, what I said to you. So right now, I wonder who I tell the real truth of this alleged incident. See, me not call nobody a liar, you know, because I never did there. You see? And you see the thing about it to me, people, according to the things that this female said in this video and according to the things that Macka Diamond said in the video that she posted on social media, I kind of surmise which artist had been accused of hitting Macka Diamond with the board. You see? But anyways, I'm going to read from the post that have been posted on social media by Macka Diamond, alright? Yeah, I'm going to read from the post now. And you tell me if you think Macka Diamond throw shades at the female who said that she goes by the name of Sandy Starr. Listen this. When you get paid to tell lie, you have to go rehearsal first. I have grown to know women are my most haters. That's why I'm now a loner. Your body, take your boss goodie. So my people, tell me if you think Macka Diamond talk about the female who said that she goes by the name of Sandy Starr. You see me? Tell me what you think. You see, in my point of view, I think that she throws shades at the female who goes by the name of Sandy Starr. You see me? I say, alright, so yes, I'm going to leave it now. Big up and respect each and everyone. And until next time, my name is Dancehall Skilla. Who no big up, you see it.
Hey, my youth, you know where you watch?
Dancehall Skilla.
Hear me now? Hey yo, Skilla. You are watching Dancehall Skilla. 10.